Imagine yourself walking through a dense, shadowy forest. The trees are thick, the path unclear, and branches claw at your clothes as if trying to pull you back. But something strange happens. You never fall completely. Each time you stumble, something unseen catches you. A force, quiet yet powerful, seems to be guiding you. You can't quite explain it, but deep down you know you're not alone. Life often feels like a series of harsh blows. Loss of a job, the end of a relationship, broken dreams. But what if those weren't signs of punishment? What if they were signs of divine protection? What if what felt like destruction was actually redirection? In this video, we're going to explore 4 signs that show you're being protected by a higher power through the lens of Carl Jung's powerful insights. Jung believed that behind life's chaos is a hidden order, a sacred rhythm that leads us toward wholeness, even if we don't recognize it in the moment. Let's begin. The Jungian view of divine guidance. Carl Jung believed that life is not random. Behind the surface chaos, there's a deep psychological and spiritual structure, the collective unconscious, a vast, shared reservoir of human experience and wisdom. Within this lie archetypes, powerful universal energies like the hero, the mother, the wise old man. These archetypes often show up in our lives as patterns, dreams, events, or people who seem to appear just when we need them. Jung also introduced the idea of synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences that feel too precise to be chance. According to Jung, synchronicity is one way the universe communicates with us. It's the hidden language of the soul, confirming, nudging, and protecting us in ways we only understand later. Now let's explore the 4 signs that you are, even now, being divinely protected, especially during your hardest times. 1. The timing feels off, but everything falls into place. There are moments when life feels like a mess. Things get delayed, plans fall apart, opportunities vanish, and yet months or even years later, you look back and realize, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. Jung often spoke of the trickster archetype, a chaotic energy that disrupts your expectations. But this trickster isn't there to harm you. It's there to shake you up, to break your patterns, and to point you toward your deeper truth. Maybe you missed out on a job that you desperately wanted, only to discover a better opportunity later. Maybe you faced heartbreak, only to meet someone who truly saw and valued you. The delays, the rejections, they weren't punishment. They were protection. Jung believed that the soul has its own timeline. When your conscious plans collapse, it's often because a deeper, wiser part of you is taking over. What feels like misfortune is sometimes just divine timing, doing its work behind the scenes. 2. You are protected in moments of crisis. You've likely experienced moments where everything seemed to collapse, where you were on the edge and didn't know how you'd make it through. But then something shifted. A near accident that didn't happen, a phone call that came just in time, a sudden feeling that told you to go left instead of right. Carl Jung described this as the numinous, a feeling of being touched by the sacred. In times of crisis, this higher force often reveals itself. It may not come with thunder or lightning, but it arrives quietly, like a whisper that changes everything. Perhaps you narrowly escaped danger. Perhaps you got sick, only to discover a hidden health issue that needed attention. Perhaps someone entered your life at just the right moment, offering the exact support you needed. These aren't coincidences. According to Jung, they're evidence that your unconscious, in connection with the divine, is protecting and redirecting you. The universe, through mysterious means, is ensuring you stay on your path, even if you don't recognize it until later. Your mistakes become sources of deep wisdom. We all have moments we regret, choices we made, words we said, paths we took. At first, they feel like failures, but over time, something changes. You realize those mistakes forced you to grow. They pushed you to reflect, to mature, to look inward. Jung believed that the shadow, the hidden, rejected parts of ourselves, comes to the surface during mistakes and crises. But these moments aren't meant to destroy us. They're meant to illuminate what we've buried. Think of a clay pot cracked and broken. At first, it's just damaged, but later you notice the cracks let the light through. That's what our mistakes do. They reveal us to ourselves. Maybe you made a decision that cost you something important, but that very experience taught you a lesson you'll never forget. That pain became a compass pointing you toward your authenticity. Jung taught that our journey is toward individuation, becoming whole. And our mistakes, rather than derailing us, are sacred signposts on that journey. They are the universe's way of molding us into who we truly are. 4. You encounter meaningful synchronicities. Have you ever thought of someone and then they suddenly call? Have you seen repeating numbers? Or felt drawn to a book that gave you exactly the message you needed? These moments are called synchronicities, and Jung believed they are messages from the divine unconscious. They are like spiritual breadcrumbs scattered along your path. At first, they seem random, but over time, they form a pattern, a trail showing you that you're not alone, that you're being guided. Maybe you met a stranger who changed your life. Maybe you stumbled upon the perfect opportunity at the perfect time. These aren't random blessings. They're signs. Synchronicities are how the universe says, keep going. You're on the right track. They reaffirm that even in the mess, even in the silence, you are being watched over. Jung would say these moments are proof that you are not separate from the cosmos. You are part of a divine story unfolding, and the universe is actively participating in your becoming. A closing reflection. Now pause, breathe. Place your hand gently over your heart. Feel into that quiet space. Imagine the presence of something greater than you, whether you call it God, Source, the universe, or your higher self, gently surrounding you. Let yourself feel held, protected. When was the last time you experienced this? A sign? A close call? A mysterious redirection? Reflect on what you may have missed. The patterns, the protection, the grace. Tonight, light a candle. Let it represent the unseen light guiding your path. Watch the flame flicker and know you are never alone. Even when the path seems dark, even when you can't see what's ahead, there is something watching over you. The river of your life flows, with stillness and with storms, but always toward the ocean of your becoming. Trust the current. Trust the signs. Trust the timing. This isn't just your story. It's the story of a universe conspiring in your favor. It's the story of your soul becoming whole. So walk forward, eyes open, heart soft. You are protected. You are guided. You are exactly where you're meant to be. This is Echoes of Psyche, where your inner journey is always divinely guided.